Looks like we missed one hell of a party.
What are you doing?
Taking a specimen.
While it's still fresh.
Here they come. Kill them!
No time for samples, Four Eyes! Stay on him!
Civilians.
All clear! How'd you
Cut them off.
On it, LeBeau.
Spectre, take them out!
If he keeps bleeding, he's gonna attract the entire neighborhood.
Quiet. I hear him. There's the top!
Guys, got a live one.
Hey! This is a quarantine zone. Identify yourself.
Don't take another step.
Kill them all.
Who the hell are these guys?
Let me ask them!
Son of a bitch. Right back at you. Shit. Flank these guys, now! It's a pheromone! It attracts them!
We've got a T-103 tyrant approaching. Holy
Yo, what's up? It's your boy HipHopGamer, the one and the only. Check this out. Welcome to another review. This is Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Now, the first thing I want to say about this review is that this review is very in-depth. I'm going to give you tons of key factors on why I think this game is hot. I'm going to also tell you why, there's parts of the game that need to be better. I'm going to end it off with some suggestions. We're about to go in on this game right now. So, the first thing out of my mouth I want to say is this. Anyone out there that saw IGN's review on this game and they saw the 4 out of 10 score is bull. It's a lie. Don't even listen to it. Don't pay attention to it. Alright? This game ain't no 10. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no perfect title. But it's for damn sure it ain't no damn 4. I'm telling you right now. If you don't believe me, look at the lies my man Mitchie put out in terms of Ninja Gaiden 3 and gave that a 3. And there was lies in the middle of that review. Straight lies. You know what I'm saying? So, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because according to the numbers, that's the biggest site in the industry. And if the biggest site is saying something like that, and I know for a fact that ain't true because I played this game, I gotta say something. It's like I owe it to y'all to say something. So check this out. Yeah, baby. Resident Evil. This is what it's all about right now. So I have a lot of factors I'm about to break down. So hang out with your boy HipHopGamer. Get you something to drink or whatever. We about to go in on this game, and then after all is said and done, you decide. Alright? So check this out. First off, let's talk about co-op. I love the fact that you could be playing your game and you could join in on another game that's already in progress. I love that. Like when you first start the game, when you choose campaign, you can choose public or private. If you choose public, that means anybody at any given time can jump in and help you out in the game. And that's great because truthfully, this game is very difficult. This is a difficult game. So having that ability is great because you're going to need some skilled players with you if you decide to go that route. You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that you can just join in any game. So that's the first thing. I love the co-op. You can join in any game. That's the first one, right? And, you can invite your players too. You don't just have to wait till somebody decides to join in. You can invite your players, then go in together from the start, okay? That's the first thing that I really like about this game, and it works very well. That's 1. 2, right? After a fight sequence, there's the checkpoints are very visible. So I give you an example. The checkpoints is what helps the pace of the game. Have you ever played a game where after you did something, it's like, oh, this is crazy, but then you kind of don't know where to go, you lose sidetrack, and you run around for a while? If you're taking too long to find your next objective, you get kind of lost in the game, and now you're just like, alright, you're just trying to hurry up and find out where you need to go. It's starting to get old. It's starting to get slightly boring if you can't find your next event. Now think about it. If you're sitting at home and you're watching a movie, and let's say you watch a movie where it has a great scene, and then for the next 30 minutes, 35 minutes, it's kind of boring. You got a lot of fluff, and then the next scene happens. Like in this game, it's like you do one major thing, then boom, here you go. Then you go over there, boom, here you go. Zombies coming everywhere, boom, boom, boom. There's a lot of consistent action in this game, and that's another reason why I felt it was great. So I love the pacing of the game because the way they have the checkpoints is easy to follow. And I love games that's easy to follow. That's 2. 3, the cover system. Now, the cover system is very smooth actually. It's very simple. The reason why is because it's more intuitive with the controller of the player. So let's say I'm walking up to you. If there's a car here, I can just walk up and boom, I'm in cover, just like that. Come to the side, peep out, walk around, and boom, there I go. So it's very simple. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, the cover system is very simple. But pay attention to this whole review because I do have a suggestion for the cover system later on in this review. So even though it's good, it's not great, and there's things that they need to add to it to make it that much more fluid. But the way it is now and for this game, it works very well and it's actually smooth. So that's one thing that I really love about the cover system. It's actually streamlined. Like, you don't have to push a button to go into cover. Everything that you do from controlling your character also plays a part in your cover system when you just walk up to something to go into cover. So it feels more natural because the whole game you use this to control your character, you know, the analog stick. That's the same thing you use for your cover system. So you don't have to push a button, so it actually is more direct. That's the way I felt about that. That was 3. 4. Fourth thing is this, graphics. The graphics are really solid. You know what I'm saying? It's not out of this world Uncharted type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it looks really good. It looks really good, really solid. You would not be disappointed in the graphics when you see it. It looks really good, really sharp, really good. Even the environments, everything looks really, and it looks great. You know what I'm saying? It looks the way it's supposed to look, because in the graphics, what I love about it is that the environments are full. You got bricks, you got fire, you got brimstone, you got trailers, you got trucks, you got gas stations, it's very full. So you feel like you are currently a part of the apocalypse, like the end of the world type of thing, like zombies. It really, the setting makes sense with the way the game is designed. I really love that. You know what I'm saying? So the environments, the graphics, everything is solid. You would not be disappointed. Enemies and all, even the dismemberments, the blood, is crazy. So graphically, this game is solid. That was 4. 5. The overall controls are tight. Overall, the controls, very tight. Very tight. They also got blind fire, which actually works very well. You know what I'm saying? Because the angle that they give you when you use blind fire, it helps you see your enemies from a third-person perspective better. So it's actually significant when you use it. It's not like, I can do this. No, it actually works. You're going to need to use it. That's how good it is. Also, the sensitivity of the aiming. This is the part of the game that I feel exceeds a lot of third-person shooters, like evolutionary, so to speak. When you're shooting a heavy machine gun, now you know, when you're shooting a heavy machine gun in a lot of shooters, if you hold down that button, you're going to be out of control because it's hard to maintain. You see what I'm saying? But the steadiness and the sensitivity in the aiming in this game, you can hold down the button on a heavy machine gun and still maintain the focus a lot better than other games. Like, and that right there to me I felt was amazing and make this game stand out a lot, and it surprised me. I love the fact that they have that. You see what I'm saying? Also, another thing I wanted to bring up was the actual aim assist. Like, if somebody's near your area, like, you know, it aim assist, but what's cool about it is, like, as soon as they aim assist, it's like aiming straight for their head, and then you just going around shooting their body and stuff. It's kind of similar to the Mafia 2 game. It's pretty dope, and I love that aim assist. It works extremely well, especially when you got tons, I mean, tons of people coming at you. There's a lot of people on screen. That's another thing about the graphics that's great too. Another thing I just wanted to bring up in terms of the controls is the overall action. Now, I'm going to give you an example. On the control scheme, they got this thing called Quick Draw. Okay? Now, with Quick Draw, let me tell you something that's so cool. You can hold down the L2 button, right? And then it automatically shoots what's there using a pistol. So I'll give you an example. There could be enemies coming from this side. There could be enemies coming from behind you. And when you have the Quick Draw, it go like this automatically. It targets automatically. So if somebody's coming up here, you'll see them go like this. Boom, 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 boom. You see all of that, son. All of that. It's crazy. In a game like this, you need something like that. Because there's going to be parts where zombies coming at you, you don't even know where they at. It's crazy. So the Quick Draw allows the, you know, from a control standpoint, it allows the character to know where enemies is at when you don't know where they at on the screen. Because obviously the characters are in the game, so they see things you don't see because that's the character. So that Quick Draw gives you the ability to, it gives you the ability of the actual character in the game to see things that you can't see. And that's what it's used for. It's sick. Sick, son. It's so sick. So I just wanted to bring that up. Now, number 6. That was 5. This is number 6. The close quarters combat is generic. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to use it a lot in this game, but it's cool. what I do like is that if you're getting damaged or whatever, you can actually run, and if you run and you hit circle for your close quarters, you'll charge into them and you'll knock them down and stuff like that. So that's real cool, you know what I mean? But for the most part, you know, when you're cutting them up, it's like, you know, the animation is really the same. It's nothing spectacular, you know what I'm saying? So to me, I feel like just like how when the enemies come at you and it goes into like a little animation where you gotta move the left stick and stuff like that, and it creates this energy, they should have the same thing when you're, you know, striking. Because if you strike and there's an animation, then it's like, you know, it makes it more intense and engaging. They don't have that in this game. So the close quarters is cool, it works, but they could have did so much more with it, and throughout this game you might not even use it a lot. Like quick draw you'll use a lot, but that you'll use it in desperation times, but not often. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool that it's there because it just gives you another option to combat with in terms of these enemies, and that's always needed. So it's still a good thing to use, and it works great and it's solid. Okay, now the next thing I want to say is number 7. Okay, for number 7, right? Here's the cool thing. Different characters give you different gameplay experiences, and to me, that adds to the replayability of the action in this game. So I'll give you an example, right? You got like I think 4 or 5 different characters you can choose. You got this chick called 4 Eyes. You got this dude named Hellway or Bellway or something like that. You got like a lot of people do different things. So I'll give you an example. Like the big giant like Bellway guy, I think his name's Bellway, he specializes in a lot of armor. So there's certain character abilities that's specific to each character that you can actually update with the XP points that you get throughout the game. So that's cool. So like if you him, you're gonna get better armor, you know what I'm saying, be able to do some landmine stuff or whatever. But then if you're 4 Eyes, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 4 Eyes, if you're her, you know, you're more of a medic. So you know, when you get your medical abilities and stuff like that, you can take, like they got this particular shield or something like that that helps you take more damage than normal, and then that spreads out to your team as well when you make her better and stuff like that. So they got specific character abilities for like 5 different characters, and then there's some weapons that everybody can use and share, and there's a ton of weapons in this game. Actually, it's a large selection of weapons. Yo, the variety in this game is insane, son. Like I can't believe what the industry was saying about this game. Cause all bull, like this game is really, really good. Really good. Like it's really high. I'm loving this game. Loving this game. And it adds a lot of replayability because you can choose who you want to use every time you go to a different mission. So you get the experience of all these characters, all these different character abilities, and you can play as them all. It's crazy. And the game is long. And the game is pretty long. Word up. Another thing about this game that I feel, you know, is pretty cool is the dialogue. The dialogue and the tone of this game feels a lot more serious, you know, than other Resident Evil games that I got a chance to experience. And it makes you feel like there's much more of a dangerous environment with the virus that's going on. So the dialogue, there's parts of this game where, you know, you're supposed to get extracted. There's a lot of stuff going on. You're supposed to get extracted, and then they deny your extraction. Then they're like, what you mean you deny our extraction? We gotta get out of here. No, duck, move, he's coming. Like, it's crazy. It gets real engaging. It's like straight up front, like gangster, son. It's like, this is, imagine playing the game and you feeling that energy as you play, as you shoot, as you run, as the enemies come at you. This game is crazy, man. I'm telling you, like, word up. The game is really hot. It's really hot. The story, everything. This game is fire. I'm telling you. So, the next thing I want to say was the secondary quick scope, right? And this is kind of what I was telling you about before about the quick draw, but I just wanted to bring it up again because this is something that I feel that a lot of other third-person shooters may wind up using. You know what I'm saying? Because it worked that well. So, there's much love to the quick draw again. Alright? Now, here's the next thing I want to tell you. Alright? This right here is number 10. Number 10. Okay? These are my suggestions. Okay? I might have more, but these are some suggestions that I have. Right? Now, you should be able to be revived. in this game, as well as during battle. The reason why I'm saying this is because when your people die, you can revive them. So why is it I can't get revived if they still alive and I'm dead? You see what I'm saying? I don't think that that's fair. I think that they need to re-look at this game and implement it in the next one they do if they decide to do one. If I can revive my peoples, if I can revive my peoples, then my people should be able to revive me when I die. And another suggestion about this game is when you die, you start too far back. You start too far back. Okay? So I'm telling you right now, it really needs to change. It really needs to change. So now, the next thing I want to talk about is this. Right? If you playing the game, right, and you get dismemberment, it should be for everyone. You see what I'm saying? That's another thing about dismemberment that I want to make a suggestion. With the dismemberment, you could dismember the zombies. You see what I'm saying? You can shoot the zombies face off, legs off, all that. You can shoot all of that, right? But when it comes to the actual army that you fighting, the spec ops people that you're fighting, you can't disarm them. Like, you can't shoot their arms off. Like, if anything, they human. You should be able to blow that stuff off fast. So that's one thing that I suggest. That's another thing that I suggest to the company. If you want to have dismemberment, have it across the board. Don't have it just with, just with the zombies. Have it across the board with everybody, because who doesn't love dismemberment, especially in a world like this? You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. So that's the next thing I wanted to say. Now, there's another. This is 11. Now, the cool thing about this is that you have a run and dive mechanic, which is pretty cool, because it's like there's gonna be a lot of times where you're gonna get sniped. There's a lot of snipers in this game, so sometimes you gotta run and dive. Like, as soon as you run and dive and you get out of that area, then you can go find a cover system. Great. So it's a great mechanic, but I haven't really used it that much in this game. But it's still a cool mechanic, and it comes in handy from time to time. But for the most part, you might not use it a lot in this game. I haven't really used it a lot in this game, honestly. So that's what I want to say to that. 12. Now, here's something about the AI that bothered me a little bit. Now, the AI is a mixed bag, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. The AI defends you great, but they also do some dumb stuff. And this is going to be a part of my suggestions later on. But the problem with the AI in this game is that when you're fighting, you can be shooting. Y'all can be shooting together, killing everybody is good. But then there's parts of this game where they can be tripwire, right? Tripwire. You walk into it, you're going to blow up. Tripwire. The AI would walk into the tripwire all the time until they die. Then you got to revive them. They would constantly walk into the tripwire. I'm like, what are you doing? It's the dumbest thing ever. But here's the thing. 70% of the game is great when it comes to AI and consistent. 30% of the game, you're going to notice the AI do a few things real stupid. Do a few things real stupid. Do a few things real stupid. So, the thing I wanted to say about that is it makes no sense, but it only happens a little bit. Like, out of the whole portion of the game, you're gonna see it happen a few times, but the fact that it happens at all, that's a broken part of the game, and that's one of the things in this game that keeps it from being as good as it could have been. You feel me? But I just had to mention that the AI is definitely a mixed bag, but for the most part, it works great on both ends, for your people, for your allies on your side, and the enemies. It works great. And I'm telling you, the game is difficult, so they come at you. Like, when you fight in the AI, you're going to see them run like this. Pow, 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 shooting, ducking. You're going to see all of that. So trust me, the AI is great. But for that 30% of the time, you're going to be like, why did he do that? Like, it's kind of stupid, straight up. So you will notice that. But even with that, this game is still a phenomenal game to play. Word up. Now, 13. The story is actually very addictive. Like, it's very addictive. And the reason why I say it's very addictive, because at the ending of every scene, when you're playing the game, they tell you something in the story that make you want to know what's going to happen next. And that's great storytelling. When every scene, every chapter, they leave you wanting more. You're never satisfied. It's like you need more. It's so deep. And then if you're a fan of Resident Evil and you know the story, then this game right here is going to actually make you really, really look into things and think about other things while you're playing this game in terms of the story. It really expands certain things. You know, especially when you're not playing as Chris Redfield and Leon and Claire. You know, you got completely different people. You're on a whole new side of this. So you see a whole new side of the story on things that relate to things you've known for years. I'm telling yo, the game is fire, man. I promise you, man, the game is crazy. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, 14, is the game, like the game's characters. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people was like, why do I want to play with these people? You know what I'm saying? But it's a collective effort. Like, the characters is not really separated in terms of their own story. They're a team. So when you get to know the team in a story, that's one part. But as you play and as you use different characters, you kind of get to know how these characters are, their mannerisms, why they do what they do. So you slightly kind of get to know about the characters as you play with them and as you go through things with them. But in the story, they just label y'all as a team. So it's crazy because you get more out of the story, not just from watching certain things, but as you play, you get stuff out of the story. I thought that was pretty unique. 15, like I said, tons of weapons, perks. One of the things that I wanted to bring up that I can remember is camouflage. One of the people, now check how dope this is. One of the characters that you choose, one of their special abilities is being able to go camouflage. So you could target an enemy and you push triangle. And when you target that enemy and you push triangle, you cloak to what they're wearing. So your team could probably be behind you, right? And you can walk up to the enemies like this. And they ain't gonna shoot you because you look like them. Bam! Start blasting them, son. Crazy. So my thing is, that's one of the perks right there that's crazy that you can buy. Then you got your stealth run. You got your semi-automatic assault rifles that you could use with sniper scopes, which is crazy, and you're gonna need that. Like, it's so much you can do in this game, son. Like, when I tell y'all I do an in-depth review and I tell y'all stuff, I tell y'all stuff. Like, it's really that good, I'm telling you, right? So now, we coming to the end. We closing it up soon. 16. Now, here's something about this game that I feel is phenomenal, amazing, right? One of your team members could get infected, right? So when your team member get infected, they turn on you and they start running at you like this. They start running at you, son. And then when they running at you, you have to kill your own teammate, then revive your teammate so he could be or she could be human again. But guess what else? Your main character, you can get infected. And then as you get infected, your health is starting to drop. So you're still human, but you know you're infected, right? And then when you get infected, your whole screen starts to change. You start seeing the screen like how the enemies actually see the screen and see the enemies and stuff. And you turn to them. You can run and kill your own team. Like, you know what I'm saying? You become one of them, dog. Like, do you hear what I'm saying? You become the zombie in this game. Yo, the game is fire. Like, it's like that, man. Seriously, it's like that. Alright? The next thing I want to say is the 18. Listen, I know I'm skipping numbers, right? But it's the reason why that happened. Don't worry about it. Just pay attention. Listen to what I'm saying. The review is in depth. Let's go on. Okay, now the next thing what I'm saying is this. The element of surprise. This game, I'm telling you right now, it's not a scary game, but it has scary parts in it. But it's not overall a scary game. But check this out. There's parts in this game, right, where you could be walking. You know what I'm saying? Got your gun out, and you see the environment, ain't nobody around. so you kind of know something's about to go down. You can push a button, right? You push this button, you see zombies crawling under stuff, jumping over things, coming at you, running at you, walking at you. It's insane. But the element of surprise is so crazy because you could, this is how great it is. You could know something is about to happen. You could know something's about to come. And even though you know it, it still kind of startles you a little bit once it happens. Then you gotta shoot everybody, you gotta run away, throw grenades, boom, boom, boom. You got, I mean, you got everything. First aid spray, you got to use it and stuff like that. And if one of your team members is next to you, they get a taste of the spray, so their health gets up higher too. I mean, it's all of this stuff you gotta think about when the element of surprise happens, because there's so many zombies on screen at once. It's crazy, yo. I'm telling you. So that to me gave a lot of shock value to the game, and it made a game that's not scary have scary parts. The next thing I wanted to say, and here's the suggestions that I wanted to end it with, was one, better cover system. You guys definitely gonna need a better cover system. And what I mean by that is, if you're in cover, you know, be able to switch. You know what I'm saying? Be able to switch. Be able to vault over. You know, be able to do a little bit more than just go up against the wall and then come out. You know what I'm saying? Be able to do a little bit more. Blind fire is good and stuff, but be able to go from wall to wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, be able to, you know, vault over, do a little bit more things with that cover system. It's good the way it is now, but it could be great. That's the first thing. The next thing I want to say is, have more physical effects when you shoot the enemies. When I, like, in this game, when you shoot, like, a lot of the, like, enemies, like the Spec Ops people, a lot of times when you shoot them, it's like, they don't even feel it. They don't make no moves. They don't do anything. So there's death animation, so you see them die and whatever. But while they're getting shot, it's as if you're not shooting them. You see the blood and everything, but in terms of their body and the way they respond to the bullet hits, you don't see them really respond. And it kind of is dissatisfying, so to speak, because it's like, when I shoot somebody, I want to feel like I shot them. Not when they die, like while I'm shooting. So that's something that they can improve. The next thing I want that they got to improve was the AI, like I was talking about earlier. It's like a 70-30 type of off balance, but the AI is great. Don't get me wrong, but there is some repetitive flaws you're gonna see in this game that's gonna annoy you, but it's not gonna destroy your whole experience. But it will annoy you. It will annoy you. The next thing is allow more ammo to be held and first aid kits and things of that nature. I don't like the fact that I can have a first aid kit and then there's another first aid kit and I can't pick it up. Now don't get me wrong, you know, with character abilities, they will allow you to hold more first aid sprays, I think 2 or whatever, 3 at the most. But my thing is, there could be a lot of ammo, there could be a lot of health, there could be a lot of stuff, and I can't rack up on them. I can only have one, and then go into this fight, and let's say I get too far where I can't go back and get the health that was there, and I'm stuck with low health with the new fight. It's not, I don't like that. I don't like that. If I see health and it's right there for me to get, let me get it. And let me choose when I want to use it. You see what I'm saying? There's green herbs everywhere. Why I gotta use it right then and there? Why I can't just pick it up and hold it? You know what I'm saying? It's, I don't like that at all, and I feel like that needs to change. That's just a suggestion. Another thing is, a lot of these enemies take too long to die. Straight up. Sometimes you can fight regular Spec Ops armies and it feels like you're fighting a boss. It's crazy. Like, I can shoot this person a lot, 8 to 10 times, and he's still coming at you. And I understand if you got a bulletproof vest on, that's fine. But if I'm shooting you in your head, no, you should be dead in 2 shots or something. Seriously. So that's another thing that you guys can focus on. Other than that, the game is really hot. I know you guys looking for a score from me. I told y'all I don't give scores. I give recommendations. In this game, in terms of a buy, I definitely recommend that you pick this game up. You will not be disappointed. If you're a Resident Evil fan, you will not be disappointed. If you're not a Resident Evil fan, but you're just a fan of third-person shooters, you will not be disappointed. I'm telling you, this game is, it'll surprise you. It's really good. So, one love, God bless. It's your boy HipHopGamer. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. We out. Hope you enjoyed the review. Peace.